MJ Akhmadaliev has just beaten Ricardo Espinoza in the third round. And yes, what a great performance that was from MJ Akhmadaliev. We need to see the Inoue fight in 2025. We must see it in 2025 before Inoue moves up. Eddie Hearn's been talking a lot about it this week as well. MJ's called him out. We need to see the fight in 2025. Don't let Inoue move up without fighting MJ Akhmadaliev. It's a must-see fight. If there's anyone in the division that can trouble Inoue, I'm not saying that Akhmadaliev beats him, but if there's anyone who can actually give Inoue a fight and a real good run for his money, it is MJ Akhmadaliev. He's got the power, he's got the speed, he's got the unpredictability about him, he's got great combinations that he puts together, he moves nicely as well. MJ Akhmadaliev is a good complete package in my opinion. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who talk about his loss to Topalez, but at the end of the day, on another day, Akhmadaliev can win that fight. But, talking about the Akhmadaliev versus Ricardo Espinoza fight, it was the perfect performance from Akhmadaliev. He took a little bit of time in that first round to get into it. Wasn't overly active in that first round, but when he did throw, he was accurate with his shots. And that is what we like to see. He was quick and accurate at Akhmadaliev. And that's exactly what we need to see from him. MJ was moving around pretty nicely on that back foot as well throughout the fight. It was a good performance on the back foot from MJ Akhmadaliev, to be honest with you. I think he's moving around nicely. I feel like his jab was very good, especially in that second round. MJ was able to really get that jab going in that second round, and he was really able to snap the head back of Espinoza and get a lot of success with it. And Espinoza just wasn't really able to move his head and wasn't able to bop out the way of the jab from Akhmadaliev. And once MJ was able to get success with his jab, that is what really started to get him in his groove. And, once MJ knew he couldn't miss, and once MJ was able to feel out Espinoza after that first round, and eventually MJ was able to pin down Espinoza, get him out of there, offload some real good shots, with some great combinations, to be fair. 8-9 punch combinations, which he can throw overall. 6-7 punch combinations. And that's something that Inoue can do as well. It's the perfect fight. And it didn't take Akhmadaliev long to pin down Espinoza and be able to get him out of there. Knocked him down 3 times, dropped him once. It was a heavy knockdown as well. Espinoza's a ridiculously tough man, though. So fair play to Ricardo Espinoza for even getting up from that first knockdown, because I thought it was done after that first one. Fair play to Ricardo Espinoza for getting up, but then got dropped again not soon later. Then at the very end of the round, a massive one big shot came from Akhmadaliev, dropped him again, ended the fight, and just put on an absolutely fantastic display. I found it weird from Espinoza, though, because after Espinoza got dropped, he just opened up even more. I just feel like he should have covered up a bit more and fought and, had a bit more of a think about fighting a bit more defensively and tried to get out of that third round and, take a minute in that in the corner in the fourth round. But no, once you try and start coming at MJ Akhmadaliev, he's countering you all night. Like, why are you going wild, trying to land some big haymakers on MJ after you've been dropped and he knows he can hurt you as well? So that's something which Espinoza just didn't really think about. MJ's got great fight IQ, and Espinoza kind of played it dumb with what he was doing in the end and how he got finished. And MJ was just able to take control of it because of how clever and he is and how smart he is with his work. And, he's accurate and quick and unpredictable with the shots he throws. That's the thing with MJ. He's a bloody dangerous man to be in there with. He really is. And, he's got that bloody power as well. He's got that power. I'm going to have to make a video on the whole situation between MJ and Inoue, because obviously Eddie Hearn's been saying throughout the week as well. And he also said after the fight, Inoue's team and stuff have apparently been, signing things off to get that Sam Goodman fight. And I'm going to have to look into all of that more and make a separate video on that. But with MJ Inoue, it has to happen in 2025 before Inoue moves up. I feel like, does it leave a bit of a dent on Inoue's legacy at super bantamweight if he doesn't fight MJ? Because the thing is, though, I don't look at many people in that super bantamweight division and think they're as good as Inoue and Akhmadaliev. I look at MJ Akhmadaliev and I think elite fighter when I watch him fight. He is an elite fighter. You know, I look at Sam Goodman, who Inoue's fighting next, and I don't look at him and think, oh, he's an elite fighter. I don't look at Luis Neri and think, oh, he's an elite fighter. But with MJ Akhmadaliev, I look at him and think, yeah, this guy's an elite fighter who really can do it. And he can really trouble Inoue because of his unpredictability and the power that he can really get Inoue to respect, and his movement as well. He's going to be a real difficult man for Inoue to pin down. But again, Inoue is going to be a difficult man for MJ to pin down. So it's a real bloody good, intriguing fight, which has got to happen in the new year. And that, like, you know, when I make a possible video on you know, big fights that we must see in 2025, Inoue versus MJ Akhmadaliev is a bloody top 100%. That's on the list. But yeah, the guy is dangerous, and you know, MJ's got a real good, experienced amateur background, as we know. You know, he's 13-1 in the pros, but that amateur background of his as well, it's very bloody good, and he's had many fights in the amateurs, and I feel like, you know, he's managed smartly. He's been managed smartly in the pros as well. But yeah, massive win for MJ Akhmadaliev there against Espinoza, and I was saying it on my watch along as well. I was saying MJ Akhmadaliev must box well, and you know, he must get a knockout as well, and he did exactly that and made it early on. It didn't take him long to figure him out. And MJ was also very patient with the shots he was putting it together as well. You know, when, you know, someone's searching for a finish, you know, you see some fighters just going really wild and just go for it. But MJ goes for it. He just times his combinations are always just perfect with how he throws them. And that's something which, again, can put Inoue in trouble. You know, MJ always throws his combinations very smartly and always picks his shots nicely. There's no stupid, wild shots with MJ Akhmadaliev. He's smart with what he does, and the power backs it up very nicely as well with the speed and the unpredictability. So, yeah, there we go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Third round finish from MJ Akhmadaliev against Ricardo Espinoza. Did what had to be done. There we go. Thanks for watching.